Welcome to the Shift Your Story, Change Your Life podcast. I'm Allie Rose, certified clinical hypnotherapist and subconscious success coach. I help my clients stop self-sabotage and feel safe to create more wealth, worth, and wellness from within. If you find yourself stuck repeating the same unhelpful patterns in your life, health, business, or relationships, even after all the mindset work, this podcast is for you. Each week, you'll hear deep dives into the hidden beliefs shaping your life and live hypnocoaching sessions where someone shifts a block in real time. Because willpower isn't the problem, your subconscious story is. And when you shift it at the root, everything else begins to change. So let's dive in. Hello. Welcome back to the Shift Your Story, Change Your Life podcast. In today's episode, you'll hear a real-time hypno-coaching session with Felicia, who came in carrying a lifelong scarcity pattern around money. The feeling that no matter how much she earned or saved, she couldn't hold on to it. On the surface, it looks like overspending or sabotage, but as you'll hear, her body was holding on to an old survival rule written decades ago. We start with conscious conversation, then we drop into the subconscious work, where we get to the root of the issue. As always, for safety and privacy, some parts of the hypnosis session have been edited out, but you'll still get the full heart of the session. As you listen, I invite you to reflect. Where in your life does stability still feel unsafe? What old survival strategy might be at play in your life when it comes to money, work, or relationships? And what would be possible for you if you stopped playing small and let abundance be a form of power? Let's dive in. Felicia, welcome to the podcast. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm super excited to be here, Allie.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit more about this scarcity mindset that you've been struggling with.
Yeah, so I've been trying to do some work around this and it involves money and I feel like every time I'm at a place where I can I can be like, okay, it doesn't have control over me. I'm allowing it to flow, like I'm going to try to hold on to it or maybe like save some money. There's there's something in the like I feel like in the I want to say in the dark that kind of creeps up that's like you can't hold on to it or I don't know. It's odd because when I look back at my patterns, I've had money before and I've been able to save money, but it's almost like I want to let it go or I'm releasing it because then I can go from a good chunk in my savings to like blowing it all on, something that I'm like, "Oh, this is something that's needed," or maybe this will make me more money, so I'll invest in this or I'll purchase this. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like there's this back and forth where I feel fairly comfortable and calm and then immediately get pulled back to you're not going to have enough money or maybe you're not worthy enough for the money. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And when did you first notice this pattern starting in your life?
I don't think I was like paying attention to it
Mhm.
until probably like maybe I'd say 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Before I just had this mentality because I had when I grew up, I didn't have a lot of money. And so
Mhm.
I understand that aspect of it,
Mhm.
of not wanting to be in that situation. So my mindset was I'll I'll do whatever I have to do. I'll work 3 jobs if I have to, but I'm never gonna like let my bills lapse. And so I've always paid everything on time, but it's that after where, like that after, it's almost like I don't know, like I don't know if it's even a thought of I deserve to spend it. I think it might be more like I don't deserve to keep it or
Mm.
something along those lines. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, actually there was this time and it has stuck with me for so long because I was so angry. And now that you're talking, like we're talking this through, it's coming back to me because I used to save my money really well. And I'm thinking back when I was a child and I used to babysit and I had saved up like $600 from babysitting. And my mom had opened me and my brother a bank account and she had put like, I think it was like $200 or $300 in there. And I had been putting my babysitting money in there and I was like, I don't know what I want to spend it on, but I'm just like saving it, saving it, saving it. And she went in, she was like, I have to pay bills, so I'm going to take that money that I put in out. And when she went in there, she yelled at me for having more money in my account and not telling her. And she was like, why didn't you tell me we have bills to pay? And she went and took that money out. And so now that I'm thinking about it, I'm almost like, I wonder if that was like the pivotal moment where I was like, I have to spend this or somebody will take it. Because that would make sense. Because I was like, I don't feel like I was ever like that. Like younger me was really good at saving. But then as I got older and I started like, working, like actual working and having a job outside of babysitting, I feel like that kind of went away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
So
pretty impactful moment.
yeah, and I like even to this day, I'm still like I feel like I still can't get. It's like I'm trying to like release it and allow that to be just that, but it literally still makes me mad when I think about it.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so on that note, tell me a little bit more about your relationship with your parents.
I think that like growing up, so my mom did spend very like just horribly. Like we sometimes might not have power, but hey, I'm gonna get you a gift for Christmas type thing. And I think growing up, when I've seen that, I was like, never want to be like that. I do not want to ever have like lapse in my bills. I want to make sure there's and that's the essentials. I always have the essentials covered. And that's why I think when I was younger, I wanted to save, save, save. But yeah, and now I feel like while I'm not them in the respect of like not paying my bills or not having, caught up in having food in the house, I almost don't have money for anything else.
Outside of
Um,
bills.
yeah,
The bills are always covered, but there's not for anything else.
yeah. And if I have to, like, if I'm like, oh, I'm going to go on this trip, I will save for that and I will be able to have that money when I leave. But it's like, okay, that trip's done. And now I just like spend stupidly, you know,
Right.
which is a
Right.
really, yeah, dumb pattern for me. And it's, yeah, I've been trying to work on it.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my biggest things is having compassion for yourself in this process because the pattern isn't because you're super excited about the pattern and continuing the pattern. It's because at some point it served you
Hmm.
but it's no longer serving you. And so that's really what we're going to discover today is how is this serving you? How is it helping you in some way? Right.
Yeah.
What about was dad in the picture?
I never knew my biological dad, but I had a stepdad. And I feel like my stepdad, if it was his way, he he would be really good with his money and spend it really well, but he let my mother do whatever she wanted with the money. And I think he was like, he is, I think, so in love with her that she kind of gets away with whatever she wants
Mm,
with, with that
yeah.
respect. So I don't think, I've never had any idea of him having an issue with money because he just doesn't seem like the one that spends it. It's always
Right.
her that's
Right.
spending it.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Is there anything else you think would be important for me to know before we go into hypnosis?
Yeah, I think so. I like when I had that time where I was able to save and I was making really good money and I did never thought I'd be making that good of money before. I had saved a large amount of money and I had ended up quitting my job and I started entrepreneur's journey, which is growth in itself and evolution. And I almost wonder if I was like sabotaging the growth that I had made with saving and doing all that. And then I was like, well, I'm starting this new journey and just like completely messing up my savings again.
Mhm.
And so I don't like, yeah, I feel like it's almost like there's, and I don't know if this is useful, but it's like I know I have it in me to save and be resourceful with my money, but for some reason I like almost like I sabotage it, but then I think about it later when it's so weird because I feel like I'm a really conscious person with a lot of things in my life, but I'm like, what
Right.
is happening?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Sabotage is usually about keeping us safe in some way. Some part of us perceives that whatever it is not safe. So in your case, it might be that receiving and holding on to and having money might not be safe. And so you find these ways to give it away, right? But
Yeah.
again, we'll kind of figure out what's going on. But I want to
Okay.
just make sure I'm clear on language. So we're going to be talking to this part of you. So do we want to call it the part of you that doesn't feel like you deserve to keep money, doesn't feel safe holding on to money, doesn't feel worthy of money? What feels most appropriate to you?
I feel like doesn't feel safe with holding on to money.
Okay. All right. Are you ready to dive in?
Yeah.
So I want you to go ahead and just look up as high as you possibly can, as if you were trying to look into your own eyebrows. Keeping your eyes glued to a real or imagined spot overhead. Just breathe in and out. Take another deep breath. Breathe in and out. And each time you blink, that's hypnosis coming upon you. And just one final time, take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, just close your eyelids right down, all the way down. So just one more time, go deeper, drift deeper, sink deeper, at least 100 times deeper. That's perfect, Felicia. You are responding perfectly, exactly as I knew you would, because I already know that you are incredibly open, receptive, and suggestible, and your mind is incredibly powerful. So now we're going to explore this part of you that doesn't feel safe holding on to money. So I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And I want you to imagine that you've gone inside yourself. You're still Felicia, but you've turned your eyes inward and you're able to scan your body. And as you do, you find the part of you that doesn't feel safe holding on to money. And I want you to just imagine for a moment that you are now looking at this part of you. And I want you to tell me, where do you carry this part of you in your body?
It's in my chest.
Okay. And I want you to imagine that you can pull that part of you out of you. It's in front of you right now. And can you tell me, what does it look like? Does it have a color, texture, shape, or size?
I would say that it feels like it's almost like dark smoke
Hmm.
and kind of like there's a movement to it, and it's like the circumference of like the middle of my chest.
Okay. Okay. And when you're looking at that part of you, when you're tuning into it, how do you feel about it? What emotions come up for you?
I want to say like insecure.
Mm. And you feel insecure because?
Mm. It's almost like I'm trying to dig deeper because it's like I can't hold on to it.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting because we're talking about not feeling safe to hold on to money.
Yeah, Hmm. Yeah, it's like and not. I just the ability to feel secure,
Hmm.
like in the having. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Take a deep breath in and just allow yourself to be with that part of you. It's just you and that part. It wants to talk to you because it believes that it's doing something good for you. So that's how we're approaching it, as it has been trying to do something good for you. So I want you to go ahead and ask that part of you, what is your role in my life? Why are you here?
I feel like it's so weird because I want to say if I don't have it, nobody can take it. But like logically, I know I can always say no if somebody asks me for money or wants money from me.
Sure, logically, you know that, but typically our subconscious is dealing in emotion.
Yeah, so it feels like if I don't have any, then nobody can take it from me.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Or I don't have any to give, I should say too.
right. Okay. Tune into that part again, and I want you to ask that part of you, what is your function in my life? How are you helping me?
What comes up is like I can keep playing small.
Mm, mm-hmm,
I feel like without like having money, not only do I not have to have uncomfortable conversations, but it also is like I'm not stepping into my power in how to make money or how to increase my money.
mm-hmm. Because what would happen if you stepped into your power?
I would be uncomfortable,
Hmm.
not only like with possible conversations, but also because I would have to be putting myself out there more, uh, being in more leadership roles. Yeah, taking on more of that responsibility,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not only just like within work, but within my financials.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're doing great. That part is doing great. I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And I want you to ask that part of you, what is your purpose in my life?
Feel like this is something that I need to overcome,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
almost like maybe something that's been down my like generations.
Mm-hmm.
This like financial burden or lack of finance, like healthy finances.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that if I overcome it, I can kind of like break the cycle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, one last question. I want you to ask this part of you, what is your only intention in my life?
I want to say to feel comfortable.
Because if you held on to money, then you would feel uncomfortable.
The insecurity keeps me feeling like in a way comfortable, but
Hmm.
holding on to money, I mean, it feels like it would actually trying to think of that thought, sorry.
That's okay.
And there's almost like a discomfort of like thinking that thought of holding on to money.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it's like comfortable and then uncomfortable. Like, "Ooh, can I do it?"
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I think what really stood out to me, what feels really like important here is when we asked it what its function is, you can keep playing small without having money. Not only do you not have to feel uncomfortable or have uncomfortable conversations, you don't have to step into your power. Because if you stepped into your power, you would be uncomfortable stepping into that power, responsibility, leadership in your business and finances, being seen. So this feels like it's much more deeply rooted. There's something about comfort, right? Staying in a comfortable space, but it feels also like it's tied to trust. It feels like it's tied to being seen in some ways.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
being seen by others having money, like what stories might they create about you, or what would they believe about you, you know, if people see that you have money, obviously people might want to come to you and take money from you, but there's other things that come along with people believing that you have money, right?
Yeah.
Does any of that resonate?
Yes. Yeah. All of that
Yeah.
sounds spot on.
Okay. So I want you to ask that part of you, when did you first come into my life?
I can't think of a specific time, but I just remember being young
Hmm?
and feeling like my mom was always like worried about bills or something getting turned off, and it was like
Hmm.
always a struggle.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm associating like money with that struggle, like unpredictability, you can't trust it.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
I want to
If
say like 6 years old maybe.
okay. Okay. Felicia, how do you feel about this now? Is it working for you to not feel safe holding on to money?
No,
Why is it not working for you?
like I'm going back into these old patterns that keep me stuck. I want to feel abundant, and I also don't want like that feeling of money to overpower or feel like it's has control over my emotional state.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So you can see now why you came up with this, yeah? Can you understand?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And that's a beautiful thing because if you came up with it, maybe when you were around 6 years old or so, you can let it go. So I want you to just tune back into that part again. And I want you to tell me and that part, how are you different now than when you were 6 years old? What's different about your life?
Well, I understand I have control over myself and my emotions, and money is not what controls me, but I know I can save money. I know I can put boundaries up with people or things that revolve around money. I know how it feels to have a large amount in my savings, and I like that feeling. I like feeling good about money and not like it's an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I understand that I can create the feelings of abundance without having any money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can create whatever I want. And I do have the power to create the abundance that I want in my life instead of feeling like a victim to the circumstances, or because I grew up one way, I have to be that way the rest of my life, or the ideas of people with money are a certain way. I think there was a lot of like negativity around money and people that had money.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that that's not real.
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to tune into that part again. And I want you to ask it if it's ready to leave.
Yes.
Okay. Felicia, are you ready to let it go?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask that part of you if there's anything practical or tangible that it needs from you, like in your day-to-day life, that would help it feel really safe to just go.
I feel like to really let it go, I need to have like this. I'm trying to find the words. I don't want to say like love, but almost like love for money. Like I need to have a different, like instead of a negative like outlook or focus on money, it should be a positive. Just like all of the stories that I've been told about money, it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like I need to rewrite them and focus on what a positive aspect it is for me and people. And it can be something that it's not it doesn't have control over me, but I can appreciate it is what the word I'm trying to find. Just like I can appreciate breathing in air and enjoying a sunrise.
Yeah, absolutely. I think about the way that we shift our relationship with someone and make it more positive, right? We rewrite the stories that we tell about that person. We spend time with it. We get to know it, right? 'Cause the interesting thing with money is that people tell us a lot of stories about it. It would be like if I know this is the first time we're meeting, but if people had told me all these stories about you and I had these preconceived notions about who you are as a person, right? How might
Yeah.
I show up if people told me all these things? But like, it's my responsibility if I want to have a positive relationship with you to get closer to you, to ask questions of you, to see who are you really, right?
Yes.
And spend that time with you so that you can prove to me like who you actually are as a person, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I want you to go ahead and repeat after me. Thank you for helping me the way you did.
Thank you for helping me the way you did.
It's had a very powerful impact on my life.
It's had a very powerful impact on my life.
You've been keeping me safe for so many years,
You've been keeping me safe for so many years,
but now you're free to go.
but now you're free to go.
I don't need you in the same way anymore.
I don't need you in the same way anymore.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, Felicia, I want to give you a minute to see what you need to see, feel what you need to feel, and say anything else that you might need to say to that part in order to let it go.
What comes up is like just having this love and appreciation for it that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like, oh, just push it away. And now it's like, thank you. I understand. And the more I understand, the easier it is to like let it go.
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And I want you to tell me if anything has shifted in your body where you were carrying that part from when we first started.
Tremendously.
Yeah. What does it
Yes.
feel like now?
It just feels open. Like I
Mm-hmm.
can't even feel the like heavier like cloudiness of it. It
Mm.
was very intense when we first started, and I feel like it's just like I can breathe.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and take another deep breath in, feeling that freedom in that space, that lightness. And as you exhale, I want you to just call to mind this 6-year-old you. You can let me know when you have her in your mind's eye.
Ever.
And I want you to imagine yourself as the adult that you are now. I want you to step into wherever she is. And I want you to tell her anything and everything that she needs to know regarding money. What does she need to hear from you?
That money is a tool, that it doesn't have a positive or negative, really. It's just this thing that can support you however you choose. It has no weight over your emotions. It's how you choose to think about it that really holds you back from utilizing it the positive way that you can. that you can allow friendship with it. And just like other things in your life, you can feel very abundant with it. And it doesn't make you good or bad, whether you have it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else that she needs to know?
Yeah, I want to say that it there's no special person that has a lot of it. You can be anybody and have a lot of it, and you can be anybody and have none. There's like I'm trying to figure out the words to it. It's like there's no title that is too high to achieve or too out of your reach to achieve, and there's no amount that is too out of reach. Like you're completely worthy of it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I just want to see if there's anything else there. I want you to keep her there. Actually, I don't know. How old were you whenever your mom took that money out of your account?
I was, I think, 15.
Okay. I want you to just say goodbye to that 6-year-old version of you in whatever way you want to, whether you want to give her a hug, just say goodbye to her. And I want you to call to mind 15-year-old you, because I feel like that was a really like pivotal moment. And bring mom onto the scene as well. And just let me know when they're there.
I have them in mind.
And I want you to imagine yourself as the adult that you are now, stepping into that scene. And I'm going to give you the choice. It's always your choice. If you want to say anything to mom on behalf of that 15-year-old girl, you can go ahead. If you just want to talk to that 15-year-old you about what just happened, go ahead. And if you don't want to talk to either of them, you don't have to, but it's okay. And if you need to just say it quietly in your mind, you can too. This can just be between you and them.
I would like to forgive my mom as she was just doing the best that she knew how
Mm-hmm.
for how she was raised.
Mm-hmm.
And to my younger self, I just want to let go of the anger and the hurt and the disappointment that I had in that moment because it's not worth holding on to.
Mm-hmm. What mom did has nothing to do with her, right? The 15-year-old. It's about mom's relationship with money.
Yeah,
She gets to create her own relationship with money. And she couldn't say no in that moment. And I think in some ways that has led to the fear of holding on to it because what if I get in a moment where I can't say no again? But if it's okay, I want you to let her know, like, I'm not 15 anymore. We get to say no. We get
I
to
am.
choose.
Yeah, I get to choose how I respond and I get to hold boundaries for that response.
Is there anything else you want to say to her?
I just hope one day she is able to have peace with her relationship with money and the control it has over her actions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the good news is that we're with you now and you're doing things to shift and change your relationship with money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in and say goodbye to her. Thank her for coming forward. Now, I actually want you to see your 15-year-old self and your 6-year-old self, and they're holding hands. Two different parts of you that learned different things about money that have contributed to your story today. And they're walking towards you now. And as they walk toward you, they start to kind of merge into each other. And now they're merging into you, merging into your body, merging into your heart, merging into your life now. You feel those younger versions of you fully merged within you now, and they are never ever going back, because those children, they are now taking up residence in you as an adult. They are free now. They've had a massive upgrade into your life. The past is behind them and behind you. And you, Felicia, you are free to be the person, the adult that you choose to be. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Just allow yourself to feel those younger versions of you fully merging within you now. So on the count of 1, you're becoming more aware. On the count of 2, you're aware of the room and the sounds around you. On the count of 3 and 4, go ahead and take in a deep breath. And on the count of 5, whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. What was that for you?
It was good. Thank
Yeah.
you. Sorry about that.
Why are you sorry? Don't apologize. Yeah,
Oh my
good.
goodness. I feel so much lighter.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yeah. Any new or different insights or takeaways that you're taking away from our time together?
Oh, so much. But yeah, I'm just really like feeling good about this, like my breath and chest area that I can just like breathe fully. And yeah, just like this happiness I feel with thinking of saving and
Mhm.
like having.
Good. I'm so glad. All right. Well, thank you so much for trusting me to guide you through that process.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
yeah.
Okay.
All
Awesome.
right.
Thank you so
Sounds good.
much.
You're very welcome. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
A huge thank you to Felicia for her honesty, courage, and willingness to let us witness this part of her story. So many of us think we have a money problem when really we have a safety pattern. We learned young that calm couldn't be trusted, that savings could vanish, that money meant panic or chaos. Our bodies were wired so that even as adults, abundance feels unsafe. Felicia's story is a reminder that the more we understand those protective parts, the more power we have to choose differently. As you close out this episode, here's a question for you to reflect on. What did your younger self learn about money, safety, or stability that might not be true anymore? And are you ready to let go of that old story? If this stirred something in you and you're ready to explore your own patterns around money, safety, or self sabotage, I'd love to support you. You can head to shiftyourstorypodcast.com or click the link in the show notes to learn more about how we can work together and book a connection call. And if this conversation moved you, would you share it with someone who might need to hear it? I'm sending you so much love and gratitude. Until next time, bye. Thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of the Shift Your Story, Change Your Life podcast. If today's conversation sparked something in you, I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to send me a message on social media. I'm at the Allie Rose on both Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to be coached on a future episode or explore what it would look like to work with me one-on-one, head over to shiftyourstorypodcast.com. And if you never want to miss an episode, make sure to subscribe and leave a rating and review. It helps more people find this work. Until next time, keep shifting, keep growing, and most importantly, I want you to remember that your story isn't set in stone. You always have the power to shift it.